Hey guys, we're going to have a look at a couple of entrances into some leg locks, but they're really unusual. Oh, they're not. They're pretty easy to do, but the way that we do them is unusual. So first of all is, I'm going to get you guys to do a solo drill, and this is a really easy solo drill. We're going to start sitting like we're in the guard position. We're going to lay on our back, bring our legs up, and turn 90 degrees. So same as the thing what we've just done. So I lay on my back, turn 90 degrees. So a kind of a weird drill, but this is the armbar drill. And we start off with, so we're in the guard, we sit down, I spin, and I turn 90 degrees, and have the armbar. I sit down, I turn 90 degrees, armbar. Sit down, 90 degrees, armbar. So that's a bit of a drill. So we're just going to do this about 10 times, 5 times each side, just so we get the habit. So if you think about this way, it's like we're in the guard. So I'm playing guard. My partner pushes me backwards, so the arm's in. I lay down, I turn 90 degrees, and I complete the armbar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so now we're going to bring our partners into this, and we're going to have a look at doing the armbar, specifically the armbar on the wrong arm. So kind of a bit weird. The way I got taught this was, let's imagine that I'm fighting a one-arm Jiu Jitsu guy, and I happen to do the armbar on the wrong arm. Okay, so just wait for Emma just 2 seconds, and Emma will come in and I'll explain how we do this. Okay. So Emma's inside my guard. Hello, buddy. Yeah. So what Emma's going to do is she's going to put one hand behind or backwards. Can have one hand here and one hand here. So the armbar would be that I spin my head this way. But what we're doing today, guys, is we're going to spin the other way.
Do you want my phone here? Yeah. Okay, we'll sit at the table.
Okay, so we're here, so just sit up. So we're here. So Emma is one pushes, and I turn, and I'm in omoplata. I come back. So again, we're inside the closed guard. Wrong arm. I bring my legs up. I turn, and omoplata.
We're not strings, I don't.
Come back. Hey, move back a little bit. Okay, just 2 seconds, guys.
Come on, buddy.
Bye-bye. So bye-bye, people.
Bye-bye.
So guys, just 2 seconds. So Emma's inside my full guard, close guard, and like I mentioned to you, the way that I got explained this was that my person has, or my partner has defended. So if I wanted to do the armbar, I lift my legs up, I spin, and I'm in armbar. But what we're going to do today is we're going to have a look at the omoplata, or a variation. So all I'm doing is my feet come up, I turn, and my feet come down. And we make sure that our feet are coming down. I'm not here. Because from here, Emma can sit backwards, and she can start to walk around my guard and past my guard. So when I do the omoplata, I want to make sure that my legs, my hamstrings, and the back of my knees try to hit the ground to force my partner's chest / nose face onto the mat. So again, I'm just going to put you over here, if that's okay. It's okay now, I'm going to try not to. So from here, it might be that I push from here, my feet go up, I turn, and what a lot of people do is they try and go do the omoplata. Now, what I would like to do is, I'm going to go so I'm going to try and push both my heels down. Right? And that forces weight. So if Emma tries to sit up now, where if I'm doing my omoplata from here, she can definitely sit up and round the guard. Okay. So swap over, top to bottom. So the drill, once again, it's pretty simple. We're just doing an arm bar. So I put my arm behind my back. And what Emma's going to do is, the way it works is she sits up, I push her down, she sits down and brings her legs. 1, and comes back. So my arms behind my back, just for the drill. From here, legs come up, turn, and down. And again. So from here, hands behind my back, my hands in the chest, feet come up, turns 90 degrees, and legs go flat, because if she keeps her legs, yeah. So you're going to have the option to roll and to get over it. And again. So really important for the purpose of the omoplata is I want to make sure that when we do this, the hamstrings and the back of the knee and the heel hit the ground really hard. So like you're kicking your partner down. What that does is going to make sure that the weight goes onto their chest and shoulders and head, and the weight comes off their feet a little bit, which means it's harder for them to counter and to move. So once again, I'm inside, she lifts the feet up, spins, heels go down, and I'm here. But pretty cruisy. What Emma's going to do now is her left hand is going to go under my foot, she's going to lift it up. She's now going to grab my toes with the right hand and start what we call a toe hold. So pushes the right hand up to a toe hold. So we're going to go omoplata. I'll explain this too. As I defend the omoplata, we're going to go straight to the toe hold.
Toe hold is for what then?
So toe hold, for the SGT tournaments, the toe hold is for purple belts and above. For AFBJJ, they normally allow them for brown belts and above as well. Okay, so just kind of one of those ones, just the grey area. You can't rotate them in the AF and IFBJJ, but you can in the SGT. So again, so my hand on the chest, she goes wrong way armbar, so feet come up first of all, spins, and as she kicks me, I'm down here. So she goes under, traps. Now what she's going to do from here is she's going to start to, so I can't step over it, she's going to start to compress it up my bottom. Yeah.
Do I sit down with this?
I want you to sit up. So as you get the toe hold, you sit up and compress. Yeah, like that. So I've got to know where to go. So I want to do this.
Abdominal crunch.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I'm going to do it to you.
Because you're pushing your feet down, but you're trying to sit up.
Yeah. So. So, omoplata, legs go flat, grab. So what I'm doing is, I'm getting hold, 1 and 2. So at this stage here, Emma's legs are way stronger than mine, so she can kick her legs out of it and step over my body, etc., right? So what I need is, I need to go hip escape and sit up. And that'll fold them behind the body. And then, I'm just treating this like a figure 4. So instead of pushing the foot, I'll grab the toes and I'm rolling the toes down. So I'm not down here on the cankle because I can't get the ankle up. So I run it to the toes from here. Okay. So that's the toe hold entrance from the omoplata. It's a pretty cool little entrance. We'll just do that again a couple of times to make sure everyone gets the hang of that. So Emma's onto her back. Actually, let me just go through, I'll shortcut the system. So from here, I'm just going to shortcut the system. So what I'm doing is, my right hand grabs the toes. So my left hand's free, my right hand, so the hand grabs the toes and I hold the toes. what this does is I'll force the toes up so that it's harder for her to step backwards and kick away. Yeah. So, and then I come through and lace. Where if I'm here and I'm stretching sheep, yeah. So the first motion that I want to do is I want to get the toes curled. Yeah, it's weird.
It's a sensation.
It just so I'm taking the power up. So I run the toes in and I grab hold. I try not to rotate the foot. You can if you want to, but what I like to do is I like to go backwards and now I sit up to compress. So I'm going to get Emma to do this to me now. So change your position. So we have the arm, she goes omoplata from here, kicks everything down flat, boom, gets my toes and compresses. Yes, I've got no idea. And then as I'm trying to kick out, she laces her arm, so Kimura.
Yeah.
And so even if I try and kick out now, it's still on. We can go to the knee bar from there as well, but we're just trying to keep it with the toe hold for now. One more time. So start off with, and it could simply be that I'm pushing the guard, so legs come up, omoplata sitting from here, and I'm down, so she grabs my toes, forces the toes. So from here, she gets hold of it, and what she's going to do is she's going to start to compress. So even if I'm rolling out of this, it still comes on. So that's entrance number 1, which is the toe hold from the omoplata, toe hold from the omoplata. What we're going to do now is we're going to have a look at the secondary submission from the omoplata, but this time we're going to do it from the person that's going to get omoplated is going to have a look at the submission. So we're going to talk you through the omoplata. Is that too close to come?
Yeah.
So the omoplata is an arm bar, but we're going the other way. I'll explain to you. So we have both hands here. If I'm working on one arm, and this is what I said to you, let's cut this arm off and get rid of it. So I've only got one arm. So I've got this arm. So if I spin, what's that?
I don't know what I'm thinking.
If I spin this way, we're looking at arm bar. If I spin this way, we're looking at omoplata. Does that kind of make sense? So it's either arm bar or omoplata. It's the same motion. So it's the same family together. So I'm going to go through and do my omoplata. What Emma's going to do is, as I do my omoplata, boom, legs come up, legs turn. My leg's going to go over the back of her head. What Emma's going to do is she's going to bring her hand over and grab my toes on the outside and slowly push them down and push them into my bottom to get my submission, or to get her submission. So anytime that we're in like the triangle or omoplata, if we can get the leg over our head, we've got a really good chance of submitting our partner or passing the guard. So slow motion, let me talk you through. So I go boom, and I go omoplata, and Emma starts to run under, but she now grabs hold of it. But you've got to use your hands, because like I see some people put their elbow over the top. So instead, so you put your elbow over the top, and that allows me to control you, where it's here. So right now, it's like, you know, it's uncomfortable, it's not bad. So Emma's now going to slowly lift her head in the air and push my hand, down. So you're using your head like as a lever, and you're compressing my toes in. It's a really nasty way. Even if the person's pain compliant or they're not going to tap from it, and you're using it to run the guard, I'll explain to you what I mean in a bit of detail. So I go, once again, close guard and omoplata. So the wrong way armbar, system go armbar, I turn the wrong way, I go omoplata, Emma runs her head under, grabs hold of it. So as she lifts her head up, the toe, I'm like, I don't be here, so as I turn, she gets the opportunity to control and hold me down, and again. So we're still just using that toe hold, and this is pretty much the same application as the back control where you cross your feet and you just put your leg over. we did that the other night. So this is exactly the same concept, but we're doing it from the omoplata position. The hardest part about it is that you've got to get the foot in position. So this is a triangle escape that I use to get to the omoplata position to look to the guard pass, but we're going to use the toe hold, which is kind of today's class's entrance into the leg locks, how to get there. So full guard, and I go push pull, I go triangle. What Emma does is she turns her hand around this side here, and she starts to move her head that way, run that. So boom. So I'm out of the triangle, so I push and I go omoplata. She now puts her head underneath, grabs my toes, and even if I don't have it, I'm like, I don't want to be here. She keeps hold of it. Keep driving, keep driving, keep driving. So she's still got such good control that she's going to end up in a really good back control position. So it's one of the systems that I like to use to escape the triangle is, and I won't go there on purpose, but if I'm in someone's guard, I'm like, I'm having trouble passing, I'll purposely bait them with this system. So again, slow motion, we go push, pull, and we go triangle. What Emma does, she lifts her head high and puts her hand to this side here. Now, think about it this way, right, is if Emma runs this side here, you're walking into the lock on the triangle, which makes it that I want my feet on the ground. But if you walk the other way, it puts pressure on my lock. So I'm going to go hip escape, and I'm going to try and get back into a triangle omoplata. If not, what Emma does, she just ducks her head under, holds it from here. Now, she starts to walk around, but holds my toes still, walks around. Now, she can actually baseball slide past it, but keeps holding the toes. So she can actually go all the way through here and control me to the position that I'm belly down. She can take my back, she can do whatever she wants to do. So that one's going, it's not technically an ankle lock, it's a toe hold, but it's a really good system to pass, because you get the 3 points for the pass, to use it to control your partner from inside the guard. And I wouldn't go to the triangle or the omoplata to do this, because there are some really flexible guys and it doesn't hurt. But my experience from everyone that I've done this to is I normally have a really good high success rate with the finish, or at least the pass on this one from here. So that's number one. What we're going to do now is we're going to have a look at the same kind of style entrance. We're going to go to a toe hold, but we're going to do this one from the closed guard. And this was, Lucky Giles does this, he calls it the K guard. We're going to have a look at a slightly different variation of this one. This is something that I've been doing for ages, and it's the guys that like to try and not pressure pass me, that try and get the distance on the guard pass. I'll go slow. So I've got my full guard, and Emma starts to kind of dig the elbow and start to pass guard. So I'm kind of like going, I understand that she's going to pass guard. So what I'm doing is I'm going to come under from here, and my hand is not all the way through, but it's just on a hamstring, right? And it's non-threatening, but it's buried underneath my leg, so it's hard for her to armbar. What I'm going to do is, as she starts to back up past my guard, I'll put my frame. I'm not going to kick her in the head. I come over and I pull, and I go straight to my toe hold. So it's very similar to what Lucky Giles taught in the seminar, the K guard, but this is off the guard pass, right? So the K guard is, we have the K from here. So what I'm doing instead is, as Emma closes it, I'm going underneath, and I'm going to go from here down and push, right? So my leg comes round, and this is the hard place. I'm pulling the knee to me, and I'm throwing my leg as high as I can. I'm pulling her knee to me, and I'm throwing my leg as high as I can to trap. Toe hold. There's a knee bar here as well if you want to. Toe hold, rotate through. So my foot's still across the hip. I'm not putting it in a position that she can get access to. Right? For those of you that would like to have a look at the heel hook or the rotations from here, there's a couple of variations. So she opens my guard again, and I do a small hip escape, control, frame, kick from here. What I do is I take the leg across from here, and I simply start to rotate. So that's your full rotation one. Toe hold, you can rotate the toes in if you want to as well. So there's a couple of variations. So, do you want to have a shot at that?
I don't think I have so.
Okay, so I'll do it one more time. So the hardest part about this is the ability to understand what my partner's doing. So once she opens up the guard and I'm here, right, I can't let her clear this leg, so I need to cover it. So my hands this way, yeah, and I create space. The way that I used to do this was, I'll show you, and this was inside my closed guard, was I'd go control the arm for the arm bar, hip bump, come under, and do arm bar. My partner would pull, and I now go kick and go toe hold.
That makes sense.
So it's a really cool system to get the arm bar. So if you're not caught on that rolling through, this will still put you in a position for the toe hold or the sweep. There's virtually no risk for me at all. So we'll just I'll do it a couple of times and then I'll let Em have a shot. So it's close guard. The hardest thing is I go arm bar, and to get my hand under, I go hip bump. But I've got to kick this in. Hip bump, hand goes under. And I use this to rotate, boom, arm bar. She pulls the arm out, so I've lost everything, right? So my knee here comes under. My knee comes under, and I kick, pop, lace over. Toe hold. Okay. On swap, let's see how my coaching goes again. So the arm, control the arm, and we take the arm across the body. To get the hand under, we go hip bump, pop, and your hand goes under. So treat this just like a normal arm bar. So arm bar, arm bar, arm bar, perfect. I defend. So you need to get this knee, yeah, and the other arm comes around, kicks me in the bottom, pop, kick, beautiful. Foot's up, and toe hold, figure four, toe hold. And again. So inside the full guard, she gets access to the arm bar, and the way that this not happens is the person comes in like, no, so they're holding, so all I do is I don't even have to hip bump to hands, is how the hand comes under my leg. So she's like, yeah, so all she does is, this leg here taps that way, well, post. Leg comes out for arm bar, and I'm like, so I'm going to start to run the guard. So I'm going to pull, and as I start to run the guard, beautiful.
Do I need to keep this knee?
I would prefer here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that would be.
Yeah, otherwise it's a knee bar.
Okay.
So if you want the knee bar, kick the knee here.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't really make any difference on that for the control.
And
And
I could do the hold like on the knees.
yeah, exactly right. Yeah, exactly right. Okay. So we'll just do that one again. Just move over here. So the full guard, and so she gets my arm, and what I do, I start to stack her up, which means she doesn't have to do the hip bump anymore because I'm coming to her, hand goes under. Now the hardest part is both knees have to tip, so now it goes arm bar. And if you get the arm bar, even better, and I go like, no way, pull. So her leg drops on the inside.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, and the other leg comes around. So then, now she keeps me on the inside, toes up, toes up, toes up. Figure four grip, keep the head, figure four grip. So nice, so now try and keep my knee on your stomach. See how you've moved off the side?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you try and keep the knee on the stomach. Right, because now my legs are full extension. If my knee comes off the side, I can start to turn you and start to compress, which makes it harder. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So if we're trying to keep the knee, yeah, and if you squeeze your knees together, yeah, it's hard for me to move.
So then the knee isn't through.
No, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter, but the knee bar, the setup is better with your knee on the belly, but if I run it, you can still get the toe hold. If I try and run, which is one of the escapes, okay? So that's from the, we've done from the omoplata, we've done from, armbar to failed armbar. This is the next one, and this is the knee ride. And this was one of the things that was, when I got shown this, I kind of went, nah, that's way too obvious. Like, it's just one of those ones, like, that's not going to work. It's a Disneyland move. Disneyland kind of one of those ones that you see it looks really good, but it's not real. It doesn't happen, you know, like Iron Man and all those guys. So, except Silver Surfer, he's real. So from here, so Emma's going to be on side control and upgrades to knee ride. So we're on camera. Yep. So upgrades to knee ride. So what we're going to do from here is I'm going to turn towards her. She's going to start to swing towards my legs, but her right hand is going to go underneath my knee. So I'm going to go slow. So I turn, her right hand goes underneath, left hand goes over and steps across my body. Slides through from here, so slides this way. Turns, and she's got my toes again, so goes straight to, you can't see it, toe hold or knee bar. So I'll swing around to the other side so you guys can see. So Emma's on it, is that okay?
Yeah.
So we're not step, we're going across the body.
I didn't know what we were doing.
That's okay, sorry. So side control upgrades to knee ride, boom. So from here, as I'm pushing, your right hand or your hand goes underneath my knee. So you're just trapping it. As I push away your escape, you slide your leg over, and from here you can either grab my toes or go straight to the knee bar. So from here, I know it's like, it can't be that easy. Like it can't be that easy. So then I've got to show this one instead, which was, we're back on side control. And what we do instead is we put our right hand between the legs now. Upgrade to knee ride. Just spin, and it's there.
Do you go this way or forward?
Oh, it's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. So you want to treat my leg like an armbar.
Yeah.
So the more that it's bent here, so the more that it's extended, the better it's going to be. So let's just have a look at that again. So Emma's on side control. So the setup for this could be that we're on side control and I hip escape and I'm here, so her hand comes under. She forces me back on my back and upgrades to knee ride. So I'm not going on here, so as I push her up, she simply goes with it, turns, now grabs the toes, flattens the toes, flattens the curve, and she wants a Kimura grip. Yeah. So now, the beauty about this is that my, I've got you, it's okay, is she's at the end of the lever, and it's very hard for me to bend because she's at the end lever. So what she's going to do is she's going to start to fall backwards, not there, that way. So she's going to take my leg that way, unless I'm really, really flexible. So if you're falling to the side, I've got the option to try and chase you. Or if you're falling backwards, I can't even roll because your weight's on me as well. So you're kind of taking my leg over here, not over there. One more time.
And I'm not putting myself in any jeopardy of
No.
grabbing my neck or...
No. So in side control position. So I start doing my stance cap, so I go hip bump, boom, through, she catches. And her whole job now is to put me onto my back. So stop. So first of all, she drives me onto my back. So now she can upgrade to knee ride. Yep. So as I push away, she just simply steps and swings. The knee comes through. And what she's doing, she's pulling my knee to her and sitting backwards. Pop, 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 pop. Exit at the end of the lever. And she can jam this out here so that, you know, like I'm at full and I can't turn to rescue. Her toes are hidden, I can't really get access to that. So now she starts to drive backwards by pushing my toes down.
I'm not...
No. If it comes to a race between my knee and me trying to grab your toes, you're going to win that every single time. You know, it's a terrible thing. So that's the kind of the three main entrances that I wanted to have a look at today. So the first one is the omoplata, and there's two variations on the omoplata that we did. Second one is the armbar, off the arm bar, we go to the rolling toe holder, rolling ear bar, which is really cool. Third one is from side control. So we're just going to go a quick rehash on these, just so it stays inside your mind. I'm going to do them. Okay, so I'm just inside my guard. So omoplata, first of all, guys, take the arm across the body, hip bump, roll my arm bar, control. Make sure my legs go dead flat from here. Grab hold of it, toes, compress on the heel, compress, number one. Number two, omoplata from here, and I miss it, so I go to triangle, and my rescues the arm, cool, walks this way, undoes it, runs her head underneath, comes around, gets hold of my toes. Now, she drives her head to the ceiling, and keeps running around, boom. Controls, and whatever you want to do from here, arm bar, etc. She rolls, she goes to side control. Boom, camera still?
Yeah.
Hand goes under. Excellent. I try and turn, she goes to knee ride. Boom. Takes it up, lifts it up, swings through, slides, and off the camera. Cool. Okay, arm bar from here. Arm bar, she takes the arm, I stop the arm bar by coming here, she goes underneath. This is the hardest part about it, is you've got to tap your knees that way. Arm bar, if you get the arm bar, bonus, I pull out, you go, your knee drops down on the inside, kicks beautiful, gets hold of it, toe hold. Oh my gosh. Sorry, buddy? It's dark outside, but do you want to do a leg bar on Daddy? Grab Daddy's leg, now rock. Okay, you hold his leg, now leg, hold my leg, and sit down and squeeze, big squeeze, ah! Oh my gosh, ah! I'm tapping, oh, you got me, very good. You did a foot lock on Daddy. Yeah. An arm bar. Okay, quick, very quick, cool, let's go. Sorry guys, 6 quick. And mount. Mount. Okay, and ready, get my arm, ready, here's my arm. And big arm bar. Oh. Big squeeze. Ah. Victory dance. Victory dance. Hey, good boy. Excellent. Okay, I'll just do that arm bar one again. I'm just going to show you guys a variation on the arm bar, just so everyone understands the arm bar to the toe hold. Come, so Emma. She goes arm bar, and I start to back out. So she's now going to dive under and get hold of it. She still goes to the arm bar position, so the leg still comes over the head, and what that does is allows her. Neo, can you stand over here, please, buddy? Yeah, because you're blocking the camera. So her knee drops down the inside and still spins. But she's trying to keep my knee on the inside and grabs my toes. Yeah. Good job.
She's like me my heel going up.
Oh, you're right. Okay, guys. So that's this is the 3 entrances, well 3.5 entrances for you guys. So the omoplata, the triangle escape omoplata, the arm bar, and then the side control / knee ride. So there's 3 major entrances to the toe hold today for you guys. There's heaps more than that. Like there's so many more entrances. But you know, I just want to kind of give you guys a couple at a time. We're working on cross lapel chokes next week. So all of next week's classes we'll be focusing on the cross lapel. Whether it's gi or no gi, we're still going to focus on the cross lapel. Okay, we're going to end this video now, guys, before someone gets knocked out. Thank you very much for joining in, guys. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, oh my God.